Oh, I got funky hair I noticed just now as that came on. Well, you know why? Well, that's not great, is it? Hi, it's Mrs. Golding. We're on page 19 of your math packet, problem 2. I did some shopping this morning while picking up groceries. You know how we do these days. And I had a bandana and I tied it around my head because those other ones that go around my ears, they don't stay on too well. I tried. Anyway, that bandana made my hair look brah. So, welcome to brah, right? Okay, we're going to be responsible for a small plot of land, and it measures 9 feet squared, 9 feet by 9 feet, right? In this community garden. You want to include 48 square feet of gardening space. Wonder what the rest is going to be for. And you want your garden to have a rectangular shape and a triangular shape. Okay, it says draw a possible plan for your garden on grid paper and make sure you do not go outside the space. Okay, first of all, you probably don't have grid paper at home. If you do, you can use it. Otherwise, you can just do the problem with me in your packet. Okay, I'm going to show you. I started out by drawing a square, and we know the dimensions of this square. I'm going to choose green because we're talking about planting things, right? Is 9 feet by 9 feet, right? Okay. So then I started thinking, okay, my garden needs to be rectangle and a triangle. And there are multiple ways to answer this. So you don't have to do exactly what I do, but this is kind of how I worked it out. So I was thinking, okay, I want to have a rectangle. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to kind of make a mark. And from there to there is 7 feet, right? From here to here then has to be 2 feet because 7 plus 2 is 9. And here's the first thing I did. I'm going to break this other side up and I'm going to have it come up a little bit less right here to 6. And then that means this has to be 3, right? So I started out by making this my rectangle, right? It goes like this. And so this rectangle measures 6 by 7 because we know that the area of a rectangle is base times height, right? Or length times width. That's probably a better way to say that, length times width. So this one would be 42 units squared, and these are feet, right? So 42 square feet. So then I thought to myself, okay, I could do the following. I could make a triangle that comes down like this. I'm just going to draw it. There we go. Or I could make a triangle. I'm going to do a different color here. This one that comes down like this, right? These are just some possibilities. So then I said, okay, well, let's find the area of these triangles. Remember, to find the area of a triangle, you take the base times the height and divide it by 2, right? Because it's like saying this particular one right here is going to be, if this were, here, it'd be half of a rectangle. So what would the base of that triangle be? Well, it could be 3. You could think about it as the 3, or you could think about it as the 7, right? So this pops up here and it's also 7. Now, 7 times 3 is 21, and then half of 21, what's that going to be? 10 and a half. Is that right? 10, 21, right? So is that going to add up to be a total of 48? No, it's too big, right? In other words, I'll back up and tell you what I'm thinking. So this would be 10 and a half square feet. That's 21 divided by 2. 10 and a half plus 42 is 52 and a half, too big. So I'm going to try this side. This is 6 times 2, which is 12, and half of that is 6. What's 6 plus 42? In other words, this number plus this number is 48, right? So this I would get rid of because this one didn't work. This was just me trying to figure it out, right? And instead, I'm going to use that garden.